On this video, I'll show you how easy it is to build a simple car information management system without the need to have development skills or going into the software development lifecycle. So first, I'll go and create the car brand page. I'll call the database table name as car brand in order to make it easy for me later on to query the database. I'll save the form and go to the form designer. The form designer is basically where we can build the forms fields. I'll drag two columns container from the toolbox. I'll drag text box field and make the label and name of this field as name. It will be a required field. Save and close the form designer. By doing this, ApeiroSys will do the required work to build the database access layer and needed business logic for you. Also, you will have the full CRUD operations ready for you without the need to write a single line of code. I'll be adding 3 items of sample data: GM, Ford, and Toyota. Now I'll be creating a new form called Vehicle. I'll call the database table name as Vehicle. I'll drag the 2 columns container to the design working space. This will help me to organize the forms field into 2 columns. I'll start by adding a numeric field and call it Make. Now change the properties of this field to be integer. I'll make it a required field. I'll add a multi-select drop-down list called Model. I'll make this field show the data from our car brand form, so the model will be using car brand information. I'll add a car plate text field, and this is a required field. This field will be 400 characters in length. I also have the ability to make it an indexed column, so that my database queries will be faster. I'll drag a new multi-select control and call it Style. Change the settings to make it a single select drop-down list. I'll make the data source of this field as static and add a couple of options and set the values of these options. Now I'll add a text field to hold the VIN values. It will be a required field. On the second column, I'll add some system fields: record version, created by, creation date, updated by, updated date, and record ID. Record ID is a unique value which is used to uniquely identify the record. Save the form designer, and we are done with this page. ApeiroSys took care of all the required work to build the needed layers to make this a workable page that is linked to another form, the car brand. I'll add a new record with sample data. As you can see, the add and edit operations are ready out of the box for you. Let's assume we have a new requirement on the vehicle to add a new field for vehicle's color. So I'm going to create a new form called Color. Save and go to Form Designer. I'll only add one text field to this form, the name. Change the properties to be a required field. Save the Form Designer. I'll add some sample data to this newly created form. I'll go to the Form Management page. Search for the vehicle form. I have the option to go to the designer from here, or go to the record list page and then to Form Designer. I'll drag and drop a new multi-select field. Go to Properties, then change the name to Color. I'll make it a single select drop-down list. I'll make it required if the model is GM or Ford. Change the data source to be Form and make it point to the newly created form, Color Form. Save and close. Notice the field is already added to the record list page. Edit the record. The field is showing there, displaying the correct data. From the drop-down list, if I have the right permission on the form, I'll be able to add a new color record, so I'll click on the plus sign and just add navy color. Save the record. Navy is also added to the color form for future usage.